Let's see this. Murali travels at 60 kilometers per hour for the first 3 hours and then 120 kilometers per hour for the next 3 hours. Then find the ratio of distances he traveled. So they are saying that for the first 3 hours the speed is 60 kilometers per hour, right? Or we can look at it this way. Now for the first 3 hours the speed is 60 kilometers per hour. Now after that for the next 3 hours the speed is 120 kilometers per hour, right? Then you might have traveled some distance here and you might have traveled some distance here. If you assume that the distance here is d1 and distance here is d2, they are asking about the ratios d1 is to d2. That is what is asked, right? Now since the time is constant, right? So if you observe this formula, distance equal to speed into time. Now since the time is constant, so we can say that distance is directly proportional to speed, right? So which means d1 equal to s1 into t and d2 equal to s2 into t. Since the time is constant in both the cases, I am just writing t and t. Now if you divide 1 by 2, you are going to get d1 by d2 equal to s1 by s2. So what is it? s1 by s2 means 60 by 120. So which is 1:2. Right? So whatever distance you have traveled in the first case, you would have traveled twice the distance in the second case, right? Now what is the other way of solving it? If you have not noticed that the time is constant, you would have directly found out the distance, isn't it? So distance d1 equal to speed into time. So what is the speed into time? 60 into 3. So it is going to be 60 into 3 kilometers, right? So why? Kilometers per hour and hours. So it is that. And what about distance d2? Distance d2 is s2 into t. Now what is s2? 120 and t2 is 3. So here also kilometers and kilometers per hour is given. So you get in kilometers. Now you have to divide d1 by d2. d1 is to d2 equal to 1:2. Again you get the same thing, right? Now if you observe this, time is constant. Sometimes you will be able to save some time in the exam. How? See, let us assume that instead of giving this time in hours, let us say the time is given in seconds. Right, and now this is given in kilometers per hour and that is in seconds. Let us say this is given as 3 seconds, right? And then this one is also given as 3 seconds. Now if you have not noticed that the time is constant, then you will try to convert this speed into some kilometers per seconds and then you multiply with seconds and find out the answer, right? And here also you will try to do the same thing. So that is why sometimes noticing that time is constant you will be able to save the time, because you will not be worried about the units of time anymore. You can directly say, you can notice that the speed is having the same units and you can find out the ratio. Got it? Okay.
Hi, if you are planning to do masters, then doing masters abroad is better than doing masters in India. I'll give you all the reasons. So first reason is, out of 1 lakh students who take GATE every year, there are only 500 seats in old IITs. So all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%, and IITs, universities better than IITs, they have very good acceptance rate like 30%, 40%, but all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%. And if you are working hard to get into IIT Bombay's ranking is 177 and IIT Roorkee's ranking is 400. If you are happy to get into IIT Roorkee, then getting into universities better than IIT Roorkee is easier compared to getting into IIT Roorkee. And looking at the salaries for computer science, for software jobs, if you have done your masters in computer science in US, the salaries are ranging from 80 lakhs per year to 1.2 crore per year. So even if you take an average of 1 crore per year, your savings will be much higher than the salaries in India. After taxes and your cost of living, you can easily save 40 to 50 lakhs per year. And in India, the maximum jobs that you get is around 30 lakhs. So your savings will be much greater than the salaries in India. And these are all the services that we provide. University shortlisting. So depending on your profile, we will shortlist what are the universities that you have to apply, and statement of purpose building, and then LOR guidance, and GRE and English test assistance, and education loan assistance. So you don't have to have any collateral, which means without any security, now you can get education loan. Getting education loan is very simple these days, and whatever the amount of fee that you have a range of universities. You can apply for 10 lakh universities, 20 lakh universities, or 50 lakh universities. But whatever it is, you are going to get complete education loan, and you can pay off your education loan in 1 year after you get a job. And then we do visa assistance, mock visa interviews, and then connecting with the university alumni. So now you might ask why we should join Game of Visas. So the answer is we have 90% success rate, 99% success rate. And these are all the destinations that we guide the students to. So we guide students to any country that you want to go. So now it is not just USA. We guide to UK, Germany, Australia, Canada. So we guide students to all the countries. We work with all the destinations. And if you are interested in going abroad, you have to just drop us a message on this WhatsApp number 9494 555 454. Okay, thank you.